So after doing the first video submission, there's a couple questions I still need to answer. And the first one is, what does it mean to be Taxol resistant? Basically what happened in this study, when they gave Taxol, which is an antimicrotubule agent, to these cancer cells, the cancer cells did not respond as they expected. And what they expected to happen in these cancer cells as a result of giving them Taxol was apoptosis would be induced. This is because Taxol is an antimicrotubule agent, and what it does is in this case, Taxol will stabilize the microtubules, therefore inhibiting mitosis and ultimately activating proteins possibly such as P53 or even WRQ1 or MAD2 that are involved in cell cycle regulation. Basically, what's supposed to happen is Taxol is supposed to alert the system or the cells that something is wrong and that these cells need to apoptose. Now, what's interesting in this case is when they knocked out WRQ1 and MAD2, this didn't happen. When they gave the cells Taxol, nothing happened. The cells kept on living. So that's what it means when they said in that sentence that the cells are Taxol resistant, is they just kept on dividing and acting like cancer cells. Now, the second part of this question is, how does WRQ1 and MAD2 regulate the cell cycle? And this has a lot to do with APC. So APC is also known as anaphase promoting complex. So what it's doing is it's pushing the cell from metaphase to anaphase. Now, normally, what has to happen is APC is going to be bound to cyclin molecules in metaphase. And in order to move to anaphase, these two need to dissociate. What WRQ1 and MAD2 do is they are involved in this dissociation of APC from cyclin. And as I just said, when those two dissociate, we can actually move into anaphase. But what happens here is when you don't have WRQ1 and MAD2, there can be a premature movement into anaphase when maybe it doesn't look like this in a cell. And as a result, we talked about earlier, the chromosomes aren't being spread apart correctly, and that can lead to aneuploidy. But the main mechanism that WRQ1 and MAD2 regulate the cell cycle in this case is by doing this dissociation, and that is a signal to the cell to move into anaphase.